readings, huh? Well, I suppose there's probably quite a few of you out there that realize that, well, the day and age where truth matters on much of anything is over. It seems as if today all you really have to do is say anything you want to. Go on out on Facebook or X, and somebody else is bound to step in and back you up on that, even if it's completely ridiculous. And I hear these things here on the channel since I'm pretty old-fashioned, and I really do still believe in trying to tell the truth. Now, get me straight here. It doesn't mean that everything I have to say or that I think everything I say is correct. No, it's not. It's my best guess most of the time. So, that. But boy, there's a lot out there that just... it doesn't make any sense at all, but people pass it around. I posted recently about the damage that the Tangerine Zit was doing to our stock market, and in turn then the general economy and the world economy at the same time. I actually had several people they chime in and go, oh, it doesn't matter. Well, guess what, folks? You ever heard of a 401k? Are you in the workplace? All private sector employers offer their employees a retirement plan. It's called a 401k. And apparently, most Americans are bright enough to realize that Social Security isn't going to cover it, man. 70% of private sector employees are part of a 401k through their employer. Now, that's not 70% of Americans. It's 70% of private sector employees are smart enough. That means the other 30% of private sector employees are not smart enough to enroll in a retirement plan. Okay, so now outside of the company plans, we have devices for retirement that we refer to as IRAs, individual retirement accounts. There are Roth IRAs and there are regular IRAs and so on. Some you pay taxes ahead, some you don't pay taxes till later, and so on. But 42% of Americans are in an IRA. Okay. What that adds up to is that because of these 401ks and because of the IRAs, and then because of people who just plain buy stocks, 62% of Americans today, 62% of all of us, were invested somehow, one way or another, through a 401k or an IRA or whatever it is, in the stock market. Okay, so for the folks out there, and you are probably part of the 38% of Americans today that do not have any investments in the stock market at all, and boy, I feel sorry for you, because if your only retirement plans are the Social Security program, well, believe me, even as it stands, you're going to starve on it. Okay, it ain't gonna support you in your retirement. Okay, and they're talking about destroying it anyway. Right now, there's a war between Republicans and Donald Trump's administration over reductions to Social Security. Yeah, they're working on trying to damage it for you. So if you were relying on Social Security and Donald Trump, oh man, you're about as messed up as people that don't think there's anybody invested in the stock market except the rich. It's because the people invested in the stock market have money, and that's why you don't have any money. You see, with what he's doing currently, the horrid orange bloated tangerine that he is, this is severely damaging stocks across the planet and companies, because stocks are companies. That's what they are. And they represent companies. So he's knocking the value of this stuff right down to next to nothing, which means that his buddies were already set and they had sold at the top of the market, and they're sitting here. They're going, okay, drive her down, drive her down, drive her down, and they move in and they start buying up stocks and whole companies once things hit the bottom. I'll be there with them because that's the same way I invest. It's called contrarian investing. Every time everybody's panicking and jumping out the windows, Bill's trying to figure out how much money he's got loose that he can stick back into the market, because it's blue light special prices when that happens. Yeah, most of my wealth came from 2008, 2009, when the market actually collapsed. I got hurt as bad as everybody else, but I went right back in, cash I had in hand, and I started trolling, man. Bottom feeding. Brought them in. Did real well on it. I'm sitting around waiting for this one to happen too. Except I have never seen one of these that was actually orchestrated by a president of the United States who intentionally damages the world economy for his own benefit. Okay. That's the case, folks. And those of you who thought you weren't invested in the stock market, well, you probably aren't. But you're the lonely Americans, because most of us are in the market. Yeah, most of us are invested in the stock market, whether you know it or not. Because with what's going on right now, about the only way you're going to recover the damage that was done to your economy will be by putting money back into the market as it starts to head up again. You'll recover what was lost if you do that. But if you're one who's afraid to do such things, do not have an IRA, do not have a 401k, and do not utilize that vehicle, well, you're just going to take it. Yeah. The $20 apple's coming, folks. Hang loose. Aloha.